I'm Donna Bush with your CIGTV News Update. Thanks for joining us as always. A farewell reception is held for Deputy Auditor General Mr. Garnet Harrison. Colleagues joined his family and friends at the Governor's house earlier this week. Speaking at the event were His Excellency the Governor, Auditor General Sue Winspear, and Deputy Governor the Honourable Franz Manderson.
Cayman now is one of only 2 countries in the Caribbean region and a minority around the world who produce public accounts to IPSAS standards. So we owe you again a huge debt of gratitude for that. And I know, even in my brief time here, that the Audit Office is widely recognised as one of the best audit officers in the region.
You will be missed by all of us very, very much. We're grateful for all you've done, and we're thankful to have known and worked alongside you genuinely. It's been a pleasure.
I often say that the high-performing Auditor General team certainly makes my job and Chief Officer's job a lot easier. All we need to say is, can you explain that to the Auditor General? And if you can't explain it to the Auditor General, don't do it. And again, Garnet, that is because of you and because of the professionalism and dedication that you brought. So sincere thanks to you, and God's blessings to you and your family.
And Mr. Harrison has plans to return to Canada to work in the private sector. Also making our headlines today, the Department of Children and Family Services has organized a number of events and activities for senior citizens across Grand Cayman. On June 26th, a lifestyle educator will talk to seniors about the benefits of natural remedies, while on June 11th, the East End Seventh-day Adventist Church will host an event in that district. Northside seniors will have the chance to enjoy several events in their district, starting with games and crafts on Tuesday, the 11th of June, and then again on the 18th, they will have a talk on preventative elder abuse that will be held by the DCFS Elderly Unit. And then again on June 25th, another games and crafts event is also taking place in Northside. Finally, the elderly in Georgetown will meet at a Happy Seniors Fellowship that's taking place on June 24th. For details on these events, you may contact your district DCFS community officer. Well, finally, the Department of Commerce and Investment hosted a team-building retreat for staff at the end of May. Author of Joy in Business and TEDx speaker Joy Baldridge facilitated the training. The day was themed Staying on Top, and DCI's aim was to maintain its reputation for providing exceptional customer service. Topics on the agenda included Team Building 201, innovative time management techniques, and effective communication systems. Now, during the Team Building 201 session, DCI staff learned the 4 essential C's of effective collaboration, which are commitment, cooperation, communication, and contribution. Baldridge says the DCI team definitely lives up to their reputation and deserves all the awards and accolades they have been receiving. Well, for a look at our schedule of programs here on CIG Television for this week, you should go online to gis.gov.ky. If you happen to have missed today's news update, you can go to the Cayman Islands Government Facebook page or the CIG Television YouTube channel. I'm Donna Bush, as always, thanking you for joining me, inviting you back here again tomorrow. Until then, have a safe and wonderful night, and bye-bye for now. Did you know that planning permission is required for a shed? Did you know you should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required?
Boating, fishing, and water sports in the Cayman Islands are great, but keep a cool head. Here are 7 tips for fun and safe sea outings. Number 1. Use a checklist to plan your outing. Check the weather forecast, make a float plan, and share it with someone who is remaining on land, stating where you're going, with whom, and when you're expected to return. Visit your nearest marine supply store to get your safety gear. This includes signaling mirrors, whistles, and a flare kit. It's also very important to have onboard flotation devices and life vests for each person. There are different types of vests. Some are for water sport activities such as snorkeling, and others are for going on offshore boating or on fishing trips. Number 2. These items can be lifesavers in case of an accident or bad weather. Number 3. Use a motor kill switch, especially if you're boating alone. In case of a leak or breakdown, always stay with the boat until help arrives. If you capsize, an emergency beacon or locator device can send a distress signal to inform the authorities of your location. Larger flares will indicate distress to a boat, airplane, or search and rescue officials. Number 4. In addition to sunscreen, food, and beverages, it would be smart to have a cell phone. Make sure your marine radio works. Cayman boaters use Channel 16 to communicate. Number 5. Also, don't forget your anchor and sufficient rope. Number 6. Boat operators should be familiar with the local waters and reefs, as well as the capabilities and functions of the vessels they are using. Always obey the rules of the sea and the marine environment, and have courtesy for others. Number 7. Alcohol and salt water do not mix, especially if you're the captain. Some useful contact numbers are 911. The RCIPS Marine Base is 649-7710, and the Port Authority is 949-2055. Smooth sailing, all!
I'm Jody Ann Powery. I'm the Police Media Officer with the RCIPS, and I'm here to give you some crime prevention tips on how to best protect your property. The first thing that we want to discuss is our points of entries. Let's start with the front door, and then we'll move on to the windows and the back doors or sliding glass doors. The first thing to consider is the front door. This particular front door has 2 deadbolt locks. One of these deadbolt locks are properly carpentered and the other is not. When your door is properly locked, you'll hear a click at the end and the deadbolts are not able to move. If it is slightly opened, then you can push the deadbolt back without having any restrictions. I'll now proceed to show you what your lock should look like when it is properly locked. When it comes to your windows, you want to make sure that your window is locked all the way down, because even though the lock is on, if it's not all the way down, it can still be pried. The proper way to lock the window is to make sure that the window goes all the way down to the seal and then you pull across the lock. When you have a sliding glass door at home, you want to make sure that you have secondary locking devices in addition to the lock that comes with the door. One of those can be a simple piece of wood that's jamming the doorway. We want to encourage you to ensure that you don't make things easy for burglars who are looking for opportunities to break into property by leaving your property out in plain view. Some of these items are your car keys, your electronics, and your handbags. Make sure that you put these properties away when you're leaving the house or when you're going to bed. When you're going camping or if you're taking your family on a trip, you want to ensure that your property has some sign of life. This can be done by leaving a light on or putting timers on your lights. And we want to ensure that our family homes are safe. In order to do so, we encourage that people take the proper precautions by starting up neighborhood watches or encouraging family members or persons they trust to check on their properties while they're away.